For as long as I can remember, a map of Europe has hung on my wall, a tapestry of dreams, a promise of adventure. Each country, each city seemed to whisper stories of faraway places and endless possibilities, calling out to my imagination. My finger would trace winding rivers and mountain ranges, imagining myself beneath the Eiffel Tower or drifting through Venetian canals. I pictured the cobblestone streets of Prague, the sunlit plazas of Spain, and the snow-capped Alps rising in the distance. This wasn't just a wish for a holiday, it was a yearning to step into the stories I'd only read about. The pages of travel books became windows to another world, fueling my curiosity and deepening my longing to explore. Saving for the trip became my quiet obsession, every coin in my Europe fund jar bringing the dream closer. Each small deposit was a promise to myself that one day I would see those places with my own eyes. I devoured travel guides, learned snippets of French, Italian, and German, and mapped out a route through Europe's most enchanting corners. I spent evenings planning itineraries, imagining the taste of new foods and the sound of unfamiliar languages. The anticipation colored my days with excitement and purpose. Even ordinary moments felt brighter, as if the dream itself was already changing me, making me braver and more hopeful. Finally, the day arrived. Holding my ticket for June 8, 2025 felt surreal. It was more than just a piece of paper. It was the key to a new chapter, the start of a journey I'd been building toward for years. As the plane lifted off, I realized I was leaving one life behind to step into another. The world below grew smaller, and my heart raced with the thrill of the unknown. I was no longer just a dreamer with a map. I was a traveler, ready to discover the soul of Europe. Every step forward felt like a promise kept, a dream finally within reach. The adventure I'd imagined for years was about to begin, and I knew that nothing would ever be quite the same again. My European adventure began in Paris, a city that has inspired dreamers, artists, and lovers for centuries. From the very first morning, Paris felt even more magical than I'd ever imagined, with its golden light spilling over cobblestone streets and awakening the city's timeless charm. The Eiffel Tower, glittering against the evening sky, made me feel both small and exhilarated, as if I was standing at the center of a living postcard. Walking along the Seine, I watched artists paint and the city glow in the golden sunset, the river reflecting the colors of the sky and the laughter of friends nearby. Paris revealed its beauty in layers, hidden courtyards, charming cafes, and the hum of life along the river, where every corner seemed to hold a new story waiting to be discovered. I wandered the endless halls of the Louvre, surrounded by masterpieces and history, feeling a sense of awe at the sheer scale of creativity housed within its walls. Flaky croissants, bustling cafes, and the Luxembourg Gardens became my daily delights, each morning offering a new taste, a new view, and a new reason to fall in love with the city. The city's rhythm was both energetic and relaxed, full of grand gestures and intimate moments where strangers became friends and every day felt like a celebration of life. I learned the Seine is the heart of Paris, with street numbers radiating from its banks, a detail that made the city feel even more alive, as if every road led back to the river's embrace. Leaving Paris, I felt as though I was leaving a piece of my heart behind, already longing for the city's music, its flavors, and its endless sense of possibility. Its light, romance, and charm set a high standard for the rest of my journey, making every new place I visited feel touched by a bit of Parisian magic. Paris was the perfect beginning, a city that lingers in your memory, inviting you to return again and again. From Paris, I journeyed to Venice, a city of water, color, and quiet wonder. Arriving by train, the city seemed to rise from the lagoon like a dream, its beauty both delicate and enduring. There were no cars, only canals and gondolas gliding through a labyrinth of ancient buildings. The gentle lapping of water against stone replaced the usual city noise, creating a sense of calm that felt almost magical. My first gondola ride was pure bliss, the gondolier's song echoing through narrow waterways. As we drifted beneath arched bridges, I felt transported to another era, where every note lingered in the air. Venice's colors, terracotta, yellow, pink, reflected in the shimmering canals, flowers spilling from windows. The city seemed to paint itself anew with every passing hour, shifting with the light. I wandered alleyways, crossed countless bridges, and discovered hidden squares where time seemed to pause. Each turn revealed a secret courtyard or a quiet piazza, inviting me to linger and soak in the atmosphere. Venice is made up of 118 islands, connected by over 400 bridges, and is slowly sinking, a reminder of its fragile beauty. The city's resilience, despite its vulnerability, made every moment there feel precious. At the Rialto market, I glimpsed the city's real life: fishermen, fresh produce, and lively chaos. The air was filled with the scent of the sea and the vibrant calls of vendors, grounding Venice's magic in daily ritual. I watched glassblowers on Murano, savored pistachio gelato in St. Mark's Square, and marveled at the city's dreamlike quality at night. Venice glowed under lantern light, its reflections dancing on the water. Venice taught me to embrace a slower, waterbound rhythm of life. Here, every journey was a gentle drift, every moment an invitation to pause and simply be. The city felt like a living museum, every stone telling a story. History and art were woven into the very fabric of daily life, waiting to be discovered around every corner. Venice captured my imagination completely. Its beauty, both haunting and enchanting, lingered with me long after I left. It was a serenade I'll never forget, a melody of water, light, and timeless wonder. Next, I traveled north to Bavaria, Germany, drawn by the allure of Neuschwanstein Castle. Perched on a rugged hill, its white walls and blue turrets looked straight out of a fairy tale. The walk through the forest to the castle heightened the anticipation, and seeing it framed by mountains was breathtaking. Inside, each room was a lavish fantasy, inspired by legends and operas. King Ludwig's private dream world. Ludwig, the fairy tale king, built Neuschwanstein as a retreat, but lived there only briefly before his mysterious death. I explored more castles along Germany's Castle Road, each a testament to centuries of history and romance. The countryside, rolling hills, timber-framed villages and the Rhine was as enchanting as the castles themselves. Hearty food in cozy taverns and warm, welcoming people made the experience richer. Germany's castles were more than beautiful. They were living stories in stone. My journey through Bavaria was a magical step back in time. The echoes of history lingered everywhere. From Germany's castles, I ascended into the Swiss Alps, a world of crisp air and towering peaks. My base was a small village, surrounded by the Eiger, Monk, and Jungfrau. Each morning, the sight of snow-capped mountains filled me with awe and peace. A train ride to Jungfraujoch, the top of Europe, offered views above the clouds and a silence broken only by the wind. Switzerland's mountains hide secret bunkers, a testament to the country's unique history. The Alps' soundtrack cowbells, waterfalls, and birdsong created a perfect sense of serenity. I hiked wildflower meadows, tasted rich Swiss chocolate, and enjoyed fondue in a cozy chalet. Switzerland taught me the beauty of stillness and the importance of preserving wild places. The mountains calmed my soul and left me deeply grateful. Alpine serenity became a part of me. My final destination was Santorini, Greece, a sun-drenched island of whitewashed villages and sapphire seas. The dramatic cliffs and blue-domed churches were even more stunning in person. I wandered Uia's winding streets, discovering art crafts and breathtaking viewpoints. Each evening, crowds gathered for Santorini's legendary sunset, the sky ablaze with orange and gold. The island is the rim of a massive ancient volcano, its soil giving local wines a unique flavor. I explored beaches of red cliffs and black volcanic sand, each shaped by the island's fiery origins. My days were filled with swimming in clear waters, savoring fresh fish and Greek salad and listening to the gentle waves. Life moved slowly, encouraging me to be present and soak in the beauty. Greece was the perfect finale, light warmth and ancient history all around. The island's magic filled me with joy and contentment. Santorini was a dream realized. Europe's flavors were as unforgettable as its sights. In Paris, I started each day with a perfect croissant and ended with classic French dishes in cozy bistros. Italy was a celebration of food. Cicchetti in Venice, fresh pasta and daily gelato, each bite bursting with simple, natural flavors. Germany offered hearty comfort, goulash sausages, dark bread, and giant pretzels in lively beer gardens. The food felt honest and generous, perfectly suited to the landscape. In Greece, meals were fresh and vibrant, grilled octopus sweet tomatoes, creamy feta and olive oil. Every meal reflected the land and its people, from French pastries to Mediterranean vegetables. Sitting in cafes and tavernas, I felt immersed in each culture. The food told a story of tradition, climate, and community. Savoring Europe's flavors was an essential part of my journey. Each bite was a memory. Beyond the grand sights, it was the small moments of connection that made my journey unforgettable. In a Paris market, a kind cheesemonger helped me with my French and offered a taste. Her warmth lingered longer than any monument. Lost in Venice, an old man guided me back to St. Mark's Square with gestures and laughter, proving communication goes beyond words. On a Swiss trail, a family shared chocolate and stories, turning a scenic break into a moment of friendship. In Santorini, the taverna owner greeted me like family, sharing tales of the island and teaching me Greek words. These fleeting interactions, smiles, shared food, laughter, were the true souvenirs of my trip. They bridged cultures and made the world feel smaller, kinder. Each encounter wove my journey into a tapestry of memories. The beauty of travel is found in these human connections. They transformed me from a tourist into a traveler. These moments are what I cherish most. As my plane left Greece, gratitude filled me. I was returning home changed. I'd started as a dreamer with a map. Now I was a storyteller, my mind alive with colors, sounds, and feelings. The journey was more than seeing beautiful places. It was about feeling them deeply. Awe in the Alps, romance in Paris, history in Germany, and joy in Santorini, each left a mark on my soul. I learned that beauty is in grand vistas and small details. A perfect croissant, a gondolier's song, a stranger's kindness. Travel connected me to the world and to others, revealing our shared hopes and stories. The map on my wall is now a diary of memories, each place linked to a vivid moment. The dream is fulfilled, but my curiosity has only grown. This journey was just the beginning, a lifelong passion for exploration. My heart is full of Europe, and I'm forever changed by the beauty and connection travel brings. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more adventures. Let me know in the comments which countries you'd love to see next, or share your own travel stories and suggestions. I can't wait to hear from you.